Hey everyone, here I am with another Taekook one shot. This is going to be top Jungkook, so please enjoy it. This is the description of the story, so read it first before starting reading the story. The first day of autumn carried a soft chill. Students rushed into the school gates with chatter and laughter, their blazers swinging lightly in breeze. In the crowd, a boy walked quietly, head slightly down, sleeves pulled over his wrist as though the world had no right to see his skin. His name is Kim Taehyung, gentle, reserved, carrying a smile that never quite reached his eyes. His silence wasn't shyness alone, it was a mask stitched together carefully to hide the truth. And beside him walked Vaughn, his senior, with every step Vaughn's hand brushed too closer, too possessive, as if to remind them of who owned his shadow. One day, the sleeves are too loosened. People will think you deserve dressed in hurry. Next time, wear the one I gave you. They hung softly, almost whispering, Okay, young. The shirt was new, long sleeved, a gift disguised as kindness, but beneath the fabric, purple shadows marks things skin proof of where one's affection turned cruel. One's smile to others was honey, but his grip on things' wrist was still in the distance. Someone paused. A tall boy with sharp eyes that softened only when no one Young Jungkook, the school's heartthrob, the undefeated boxer, the boy whose name lived in whispers. He leaned against his bicycle, watching without meaning to. The sight catch him, one's finger pressing too tight into Taehyung's sleeves. Taehyung nervous laugh stitched too perfectly to be real. Jungkook inner thought, why does he smile like he's hiding tears? The classroom filled with sunlight, cutting lines across the desk. Theon sat near the window, chin resting on his palm, sketching quietly in his notebook. One leaned over, whispering things only Theon could hear. One, you should thank me more, Thay. No one else looks after you like I do, Taehyung. I know, Hyung, thank you. The pencil in his hand trembled. Gratitude, spoken out of fear, never felt like gratitude at all. From two rows behind, Jungkook noticed again the way Taehyung flinched when one's hand brushed his wrist under the desk, the way his sleeve shifted silently, exposing the faint outline of a bruise. Jungkook's fist crawled, not from anger at them, but at the shadow that clung to him. A sad laughter spilled across the schoolyard. Thing sat on the bench, lunch untouched, eyes downcast. One had gone to meet friends, leaving him alone for once. Jungkook passed by carrying his water bottle, intending to walk away, but something in Taehyung's stillness stopped him. Jungkook, you're not eating. Taehyung startled, lifting his gaze. I'm not that hungry, Jungkook. You will get sick. Taehyung blinked, unsure why Jungkook, the school's star, was speaking to him at all. His lips curved into a faint smile, polite but distant. Taehyung, I will eat later. Thank you for worrying. Jungkook softly, it's not worry, it's common sense. The words were blunt, but his tone was gentle. Then his reputation. Jungkook stood a moment longer, as if waiting whether to say more, then walk away. Taehyung's heart raced strangely, not from fear, not from one's shadow, but from being noticed, seen. The day stretched, ending with fading light. Students poured out of classrooms, laughter echoing in the corridors. Taehyung lingered, packing his bag slowly, sleeves tucked down tight. Von entered a smile, polished for everyone who passed, but his voice turned sharp at the moment the hallway emptied. One, why are you talking to Jungkook? Taehyung quietly. He only asked about my lunch. Hyung, One, don't answer him. Don't give him reasons to notice you. You're mine, Tae. His hands gripped things, reached hard, punishing Thing bit his lips, eyes watering, but nodded quickly. Thing, I understand. Down the corridor, Jungkook turned the corner just in time to see Thing's wrist pulled too roughly. His jaw clenched, but Taehyung, sensing eyes, forced a sickly smile at one, pretending it all was all nothing. His hands gripped Thing's. The smile burned Jungkook's chest more than anything else. Evening, the sky was painted gold as the student drifted home. One walked behind, beside Taehyung, his tone softer now, almost sweet, as though this harshness never existed. One, there is a party tomorrow night. My friends want to see you. Will come with me. Taehyung is startling slightly. A party? One, don't look so scared. You will be fine if you stay with me, right? Taehyung, yes, Hyung. His answer was obedience, not desire. He hated parties, the noise, the eyes, the pretending, but fear was louder than his own heart. Later that evening, Jungkook sat in the empty boxing gym, gloves dangling at his side. He hit the bag harder than usual. The echoes filling the silence, but it wasn't training that kept his hands moving. It was frustration, the image of things bruised, raised his nervous laugh, the way one's presence seems like a cage. Jungkook inner thought, why do I care so much? He's not mine to protect. But then, why does it hurt to watch? He struck the bag again, chest heavy, as though the leather could answer him. Next day, the day moved in slow waves. Sam kept glancing at the clock, his tick a reminder of the night he dread. One was in good spirit, teasing and smiling hand on Taehyung's shoulder too often. Jungkook noticed from across the classroom his patient thinning during lunch. Whispers floated through the hall about the party everyone seems to know of. Bong once hosting again. Those parties are crazy. Lee, yeah, even Jungkook might show up this time. The mention of the name made Taehyung freeze. If Jungkook came, would he notice? Would he see past the mask again? Evening, the house lights splitted into the night, music thumping against the walls. Students gathered in the laughter mixing with the smell of alcohol. Thang stepped inside, sleeves still long despite the warmth. One's hand never left his back, staring him deeply into the crowd. Taehyung inner thought, I don't belong here. But if I say no, on the other side of the room, Jungkook entered, tall, sharp, his presence turning heads instantly. He scanned the crowd, uninterested in noise, until his gaze landed on a finger. Taehyung is standing too still, smiling too faintly. One shadow draped over him like chains. Jungkook's chest tightened. Something was about to happen. The stage was set. The night was loud, the air heavy with music and laughter spilling from every corner of the house. Glasses clicked, voices rose, and the party thrived in wild chaos. But in one shadow corner of the living room, a boy stood too still, too quiet, as though he was made of glass. Taehyung, his hands clenched, his sleeves, fingers curled tight around the fabric that hid what he could not let his eyes filled. flitted around nervously, never lingering, never daring to meet anyone else's gaze for too long. Vaughn moved through the crowd like he owned it, his hands bruising Theon's arm. Every so often, a subtle warning: stay close, stay mine. His laugh was charming, his smile disarming, but behind it lay a shadow, the only thing knew. Taehyung inner thought, why am I here? I don't fit, I don't belong. He pressed himself further into the corner, trying to vanish between the wall and the curtain, but the noise seems to grow louder, the walls closer. That's when Regine, Vaughn's girlfriend, noticed him. Her eyes narrowed, not with pity but jealousy. She hated the way Vaughn's attention flickered towards Taehyung, even when he pretended otherwise. Regine approaching, voice sugar-coated but sharp underneath. Hey, you are always hiding. Don't you feel hot in those sleeves? Taehyung startled, stammering softly. No, I'm fine." Regine laughed bitterly. "Really? You act so mysterious, as if you have something to hide." Her words drew the attention of a few nearby students. Theon shrank back, heart pounding, but Regine wasn't finished. She reached forward suddenly, hands fast and cruel. Before Theon could move, before his trembling voice could stop her, she yanked up his sleeve. The room froze. The laughter cut short. Gasps filled the air like shattered glass. On Taehyung's pale skin gloomed the truth, dark bruises, ugly and raw. Bong, oh my god, Lee, is he being hurt? Taehyung's breath catch in his throat, his eyes blurred as tears welded, same burning hotter than fire. He pulled his arms back desperately, hugging it against his chest, but it was too late. The whispers were everywhere. And then Vaughn stepped forward, his expression practiced and smooth shifted into more concern. Vaughn, toting with a fake sigh, "Ah, Taehyung, you are too clumsy, always bumping into things. I told you to be more careful." His smirk was almost invisible, but Taehyung sighed, a cruel twist of lips meant only for him. Jungkook steps forward, then the crowd parted, not by choice but because Jungkook was walking through. His gaze was dark, his steps steady, each one heavy with quiet foe. He didn't shout, didn't ask questions, he didn't even look at the others. He only looked at Taehyung without a word. Jungkook slipped off his own jacket and draped it gently over Taehyung's shoulders. The gesture was tender, protective, like shielding fragile wings from cruel eyes. Gaps rippled again, but this time it wasn't mockery, it was awe. The untouchable Chan Jungkook, the heartthrob, the boxer who never let anyone too close, was standing there, wrapping his jacket around the boy no one dared to defend. Jungkook, low, steady, let's go. Taehyung's tears split silently as Jungkook's hand brushed his back, guiding him out of the house. The whispers followed, but Jungkook's presence was enough to silence them. No one dared stop him. Jungkook's house. The night quieted once they reached Jungkook's home. The world outside was still spinning with laughter and gossip, but inside there was only the soft hum of silence. Tian sat on the edge of the couch, shoulders trembling under Jungkook's jacket. His face was pale, his eyes swollen with unshed tears. Taehyung, voice cracking, "Why did you help me?" Jungkook sitting beside him gently because no one else did. The answer was simple, yet it cut deep. Jungkook's hand was careful as he reached for Taehyung's sleeve. "Jungkook, can I?" Taehyung hesitated, then nodded weakly. Jungkook rolled the fabric back, jaw tightened at the sight of the bruises. He exhaled slowly, as if trying to cage, the storm rising inside him. Jungkook soft but firm. No one will ever hurt you again, I promise. And that was it, the final threat, and that held Taehyung together snapped. His tears split freely, his hands clenching with Jungkook's lips as so. Taehyung, it hurts, Cookie. It hurts so much. Jungkook froze at the nickname, but he didn't correct him. Instead, he pulled Taehyung into his arms, holding him as if the world outside no longer existed. The hands struck things back gently, his whisper steady and warm. Jungkook cried, "Hey, you don't have to hide anymore, just cry." Taehyung asked while crying. Taehyung, do you want to know why Won did all this? Jungkook shaking head. Only if you are okay. I want you to be comfortable and fearless, nothing else. Taehyung nodding. Taehyung Won proposed me 1 year ago, but I rejected him. He took it on his ego, and one day he hurt one of my best friends badly when he started hurting me. And if I ever said a word about it, he hurt my friends. Slowly, everyone started getting away from me. I was left alone with one to be hurt and endure it, or else he would hurt my close one. Taehyung told Jungkook about. The night stretched long, and when Taehyung finally fell asleep on the couch wrapped in Jungkook's jacket, Jungkook sat silently beside him. His eyes, however, were sharp, burning with the fire no one could. The next morning at the school, Jungkook didn't hesitate. He found Won in the gym, surrounded by his usual group of followers. The room quieted as Jungkook entered. His gaze cold, his presence heavy. Jungkook low, commanding. Won, boxing ring tomorrow? Won is smiling, confusion. Why would I fight you? Jungkook stepped closer, eyes unflinching. Because if you don't, I will make sure everyone knows the truth you are hiding. The gym burst with whispers. Bones' smirk fluttered under Jungkook's gaze, a gaze that promised no mercy. There was no room for refusal. The challenge has been made. The storm was coming. The gym was alive with restless energy. Students packed the bleachers, whispers ringing like waves. Everyone had heard of the sudden challenge. Young Jungkook, the undefeated boxer, had called out Senior Won. The crowd burst with disbelief, excitement, fear. At the back of the gym, hidden between taller students, Taehyung stood trembling. His hands gripped the hem of his long sleeves, heart pounding so hard it almost hurt them. In a thought, why is Jungkook doing this for me? If he loses one, we'll never forgive him. But hope flickering, its flickering light his chest. The boxing ring stood in the middle, ropes tied, floor glimmering under harsh light. Jungkook crumbled in with steady steps, his black gloves already fitted. His gaze never wavered. One entered with a smirk, lifting his chin as if the match was nothing more than a joke. His followers, referee, teacher, super, supervising, keep it clean, no dirty tricks. Begin. The bell rang, the match began. Jungkook moved fast, his body flowed like water and sharp. A jab, a hook, a swift dodge. Every punch he threw wasn't just sport, it was for by skill. The sound of laughter against flares echoed, the crowd roaring. But one laughed even As Jungkook's face drove him back, Won breathless, taunting, "You think you can take him away? Take him from me? Taehyung belongs to me. His tears, his pain, they are mine." Jungkook froze for half a second, his chest burning with rage. His clutches tightened around his gloves. Jungkook through clenched teeth. "He is not yours. He never was." And with that, he unleashed himself fully. His punches came faster, sharper, each one a promise, each one an answer to things hidden. As the crowd screamed as one stumbled, his smoke breaking, sweat dripping, breaths come heavy, but Jungkook didn't flutter. His eyes were fire, his body relentless. Won tried to counter, throwing wild punches, but Jungkook dodged with ease. With easy, the final moment arrived. Jungkook pulled back, his fist collided with every ounce of strength he carried. Race, promise, love, unspoken, and then he struck. One's body collapsed to the floor with a resounding thud. Silence fell, broken only by the echoes of the referee's count. Referee 10. One is out cold. Match over. Jungkook stood over him, chest heaving. His voice cut through the heavy silence like a blade. "Jungkook, you will never touch him again." The gym erupted into chaos, cheers, gasps, disbelief, but Jungkook didn't care for the noise. He ripped off his gloves, tossing them aside, and leapt out of the ring. His eyes found Taehyung instantly. Without hesitation, he crossed the gym, ignoring every whisper, every stare, and in front of the entire school, he pulled Taehyung into his arms. The whole blood for Taehyung, his trembling body melted into Jungkook's warmth, his tears spilling freely as he brushed his face against Jungkook's chest. For the first time in front of everyone, he was not alone. Jungkook whispering against his ear, "No one will hurt you again, not while I'm here." The sun was setting, the sky painted in soft hues of orange and pink. The streets were quiet as Jungkook walked beside Taehyung. Their shadows stretched long across the pavement. Thanks and bruised Jungkook's once, then lingered slowly, nervously, their fingers intertwined. Taehyung softly, eyes lowered. "Why do you care so much?" Jungkook pausing, voice gentle. "Because you deserve someone who does." Taehyung stopped walking, heart racing as he looked up at Jungkook. His eyes shimmered with tears, but this time they weren't born from pain. Jungkook, sincere study, take me. Let me protect you, not because you are weak, but because I want to be by your side. Taehyung's lips trembled into a smile, soft and frank, yet filled with hope. Taehyung, okay. Under the fading light of sunset, they walk hand in hand, leaving behind the shadows of fear. A new chapter had begun. The end. How was it? Comment me down. I'm thinking about working on something soft and light, something that make you all laugh. So if you want me to work on something like this, please comment me down. If you will not, I will anyway work on it. Okay. So yeah, see you again. Bye.